Let's be real for a second. If modern dating has you feeling totally exhausted, you are definitely not alone. So today we're going to break down 10 behavioral red flags, not to label people, but to help you protect your own peace and build healthier connections. Let's get right into it. It's such a draining feeling, right? You're putting in all this effort trying to build something real, and you just end up feeling like a side character in their life. If that hits home, you're absolutely in the right place. And I want to be super clear about something right up front. This is not about slapping labels on people. Humans are complicated, right? This is all about learning to recognize unhealthy patterns so you can make choices that are good for your own emotional health. All right, so our first category of red flags covers behaviors that are all centered around this deep need for approval from other people. These are the patterns where the relationship isn't really about connecting with you, it's about how that connection makes them look. So we're going to explore 3 specific types here. The attention seeker, who needs validation from pretty much everyone, the fan club president, who needs it specifically from you, and the digital lover, whose affection, well, it pretty much only exists online. First up, we have the attention seeker. For this person, their validation comes from a huge audience, not from an intimate one-on-one connection. You'll find yourself in this constant battle for their focus, because you're not really building a partnership, you're just another face in their crowd. Now, what's really interesting here is how this next one is a little different. See, the fan club president doesn't need attention from everybody. They need it from you. Your job is basically to be their #1 fan, showering them with admiration and praise, usually without them ever returning the favor. You're there to prop them up, not to build a two-way street. And that leads us to a really modern one, the digital lover. You've probably seen this. They post these grand, public gestures of affection all over social media, but behind the screen, the connection is cold. It's like the slide says, their love is totally performative, and you're just a prop in their online show. Okay, moving into our second category, we find what I call the unavailability problem. These are the people who, for a bunch of different reasons, just aren't actually available for a real committed relationship. We're going to break down 4 key patterns here. Being treated as the backup plan, dealing with the X factor, dating the runner who bolts at the first sign of commitment, and the chase enthusiast who only loves the pursuit. Let's start with the backup plan. And this one really stings because it goes right for your sense of value. You're the person they hit up when their main plan falls through. Every plan you make feels like it's written in pencil because something better could always pop up. You always feel like second choice because, well, you are. Then there's the X factor. This is when their last relationship is just haunting your current one. It's like a ghost in the room. They might be constantly comparing you, or still talking to their ex, or just seem emotionally checked out. The bottom line is, you're not just dating them. You're stuck in a weird triangle with them and their past. Another classic pattern is the runner. This person is amazing during that fun, light honeymoon phase. But the second things get real, the moment it requires vulnerability or a serious commitment, poof, they are gone. They're great for a good time, but they'll be nowhere in sight when you need an actual partner. And wrapping up this section is the chase enthusiast. For them, the real excitement isn't in having a relationship, it's in the pursuit. They absolutely love the challenge of winning you over, but as soon as you give in and the chase is done, their interest just vanishes. You weren't a person to build a life with, you were just a prize to be won. All right, our final section gets into the most damaging patterns. We're moving beyond just being incompatible and into the world of manipulation and control. What we're calling toxic power plays. So here, we're going to look at 3 really unhealthy dynamics. The debater who thinks fighting is passion, the silent treatment specialist who uses silence like a weapon, and the blame shifter who literally never takes accountability for anything. First up, the debater. Now look, a healthy disagreement is one thing, but this is about someone who gets conflict confused with passion. They actually seem to thrive on drama, turning every little thing into a massive fight. A relationship shouldn't feel like a constant battleground. If it does, you're just gonna be left completely exhausted. Oh man, this next one is so insidious. The silent treatment specialist. When there's a problem, they don't talk it out, they punish you. They'll just withdraw all affection, all communication, sometimes for days. That is not a mature way to handle conflict, and this quote just nails it. It is a manipulative power play, plain and simple, and it's designed to control you. And that brings us right to the blame shifter. This is the person who is completely incapable of taking responsibility for their own actions. Ever. Nothing is ever their fault. In fact, somehow their mistakes get twisted around until they become your fault. This is classic gaslighting, and it can do serious damage to your self-worth. I mean, just take a second and think about it. If you find yourself constantly confused, always saying you're sorry for things you know you didn't even do, you might be dealing with a blame shifter. It's a pattern designed to make you question your own reality. So, after looking at all of these patterns, what's the big takeaway here? It's not about becoming cynical or building up walls. It's about finally understanding that your emotional energy is your most valuable asset. Let this one really sink in for a minute. Your emotional energy is precious. It is not an unlimited resource. The whole point is to invest it wisely in someone who treats it like the gift that it is, not like something they're entitled to. So if you're in a relationship where you consistently feel anxious, undervalued, or just plain tired, please remember this. It is very likely a problem with the dynamic, not a problem with you. Recognizing these patterns is step one. Step two is knowing you always have the power to choose to walk away from a situation that's not healthy for you. And that's our breakdown. To keep this really important conversation going, I want to leave you with a question. What's the one boundary you've learned to set to protect your peace when you're dating? Share your wisdom in the comments below. And if you want more insights from the psychology of love, make sure you subscribe. Thanks for joining me, and please, take care of your heart.